Hey everybody, it's Kaho, main character and protagonist of the Night Sky podcast. Please take a second to like the video, it helps us out. Subscribe if you enjoy our conversations, and leave a comment or question down below if there's anything that you're curious about or if you have a topic that you'd like us to discuss. Thanks for listening, much love. Episode 31, welcome back. Kaho, we missed you. It's okay, baby, I missed you too. Stop all your fawning for just a moment. We got Jinsei, we got Steven, they're here. Kinda. Jinsei's watching videos and shit, not paying attention. And I don't really have to say very much about Steven. Alright, so what do we got? What do we got today? What's going on?
Well, I want to get something off of my chest before we continue on with the podcast here.
What is on your chest? Jinsei laughing is making me think this is something... I don't know. Something that I'm either gonna not want to hear, or something that's going to embarrass you.
Oh, you gotta want to hear this. So, I want to challenge our boy Jinsei to a little one-on-one. I either want to give it 2 months or 3 months. I have not yet decided, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna get better at playing basketball. But I'm gonna see if our acquaintance still wants to train me. I shot him down last time, but Jinsei knows what I'm talking about, and I want him to retrain me, and I'm really for this, and I hope there's a place that I can play basketball in the pandemic, and I want to challenge Jinsei to a one-on-one match in basketball.
We already talked about this earlier, but parks are open. I don't know why you said that. That out of the way, Nick, are you crazy?
I'm very crazy.
No, but your kayfabe bullshit aside, why?
I have to prove that I can prove something.
To who?
To Jinsei.
Alright, there's since it's to Jinsei, there's obviously a story behind this. Jinsei.
No, it's not. Oh, well, I mean, maybe.
Let's hear it.
Last year, I had collected a bunch of coworkers. And I'm talking about, Walmart through and through. And we're all going out to play basketball on like a Wednesday, my day off. So I drive out there, and we go to a park and we go play. Steven and go out there. I think I showed you videos before, right? Us in the park playing.
Yeah.
So before all that, Steven's going around telling him, of course, after the fact, he's like, yeah, I was out in the park playing basketball, but blah, blah, blah. I ain't doing this. I'm not doing it. Blah, blah, whatever. So one of the guys who's like actually good at basketball, it was a hefty challenge for me. His name was Brian. He was like, hey, if you really want to get good, I'll take you out there and I'll help you practice. And so Steven thought about it and he thought about it. But Steven, so Steven flip-flops back and forth, right?
Non-stop, yeah.
So after enough flip-flopping, splashing around like a fucking magic harp, Brian is like, yeah, you know what? Nah, it's cool. Or did you actually go out and do something with Brian once?
This is what happened. Brian said, hey, are you going to the park? And then he was gone for like a few days, and I didn't have his number. So it was like, in a way, I kind of flicked.
Did you ever go out?
No, I never did.
Okay, so yeah. It was just one of those things. Plus, he said he got hints of the thought process, or he thought ahead, and he was like, I'm going to teach him some shit, and he's going to do the opposite of what I'm teaching him. Just because.
Damn, wait, does he listen to the podcast?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay. He just must know Steven then.
Yeah, like he's just like I'm going to teach you something, and then Steven's going to do it his way anyway. And it's like, well, what's the point of me coming out there? So yeah, it was. So that dies down, and now Steven's come up with this with this shit. I don't know why. Like, why out of left field? Like, why did this come up, Steven?
So here's my thought process on this whole redemption of becoming a basketball player. You see, I'm in my early 30s, and now that like my mind has somewhat gained a little bit of world knowledge. I'm not saying like I'm amazingly smart. We all know that, but from my point of view, like I see the world a little bit better now. I'm not saying I know it great, but I'm tired of being like a hermit. And for the past few years, I've been getting up the courage to actually going out and socializing. And I want something more than just, watching games, anime, and so on and so forth. So I want to ask our acquaintance again, like I'm going to go to him like, hey, I know I bailed on you last year, but like this time I'm going to be dedicated to it. And I'm going to go out and buy some new like shorts. And now that I have an earlier schedule than my old shift, I'm feeling like I have more free time without having to go see Tiffany all the time. Because every day, I don't see Tiffany every day. And me and Brian have the same shift now. So I'm thinking that if he is willing to give me another shot, I would actually follow through with this. But since our other coworker, Christian, doesn't really play basketball anymore, you're like my only shot to get good and play. Strive to try to beat someone else that is good at basketball.
Without saying as many words as you said, yes, I'm going to be your motivation to play basketball. Okay, fine, whatever.
All right, I got two questions real quick. One, how are you like? Doesn't Tiffany have you on a leash? How the fuck are you not see like? Okay, different time, just time. Nah, you get over here early now.
So how it works, I generally see her like 3 times a week, and there's still like two days I don't see her because I literally told her I literally cannot see you because gas would be through the roof. I fill up my gas in my car about like once a week. If I saw her every day, it's kind of out of the way for me, so I can't actually go to her house like every single day.
Wait, how far away from you does she live? I mean, this is the third question, but still.
About 20 minutes.
God damn. All right. Second/third question.
Is that a...
What'd you say? You cut out.
Is that a long time? Like, is that a lot? Like, usually.
I just thought that they were like he would just like get in his car, muddy putt up the street, and then get out of his car, and he's at Tiffany's.
She's like, you, for all the jokes you make about cow country and all that shit, like she's really on the countryside where she lives.
All right. Next question though. You know this man better than I do, Jinsei. Is Steven having like a midlife crisis right now?
Probably. Once you put it down and he said like, I'm tired of being a hermit.
Yeah, that's exactly where it went for me too.
Yeah, like I was like, I get, like, okay, like as much clouding as I could do, fine. If you want to use me as a means for you to like become decent in basketball, then whatever, go ahead. I don't see anything wrong. You're never gonna beat me. Like it's just.
What do you accept? We need a date, and we need.
We need accept, motherfucker. Look.
Put some money on it.
I could do 50.
50? You want to do 50?
You trying to lose $50, nigga?
I mean, I lost it to you earlier, Kaho. So
right.
You ain't lose no $50. What you talking about? I wish I would take $50 from your punk ass.
That's a whole week's worth of allowance right there.
Allowance. This thing is
Wow.
I'm in my early 30s going through a midlife crisis. Let me check my allowance real quick.
Anyway, hey, look, if you're gonna make it worth my time, you gotta sweeten the pot. So this is how we gonna do it, okay? We can do base layer $50, okay? Base. If you don't score, it's another 50 on top of it.
I'm just trying to picture, because like I've seen Steven dribble the basketball before, and like you know how it's like all right, we go into the gym. Your girl's like, I want to come too. You're like, all right, come on. So you go to the gym, you get down on the court, and you start playing. She's sitting on the side. You playing for a little while. She gets, I want to play too. And you pass her the ball, and she's like doing that single step dribble, almost using both hands with each. Like, how the fuck do you go from that
or what is it? You watch The Office at all, Kaho?
Yeah.
Remember the basketball episode?
Yeah.
And they're like, we gotta pick him up because basically he's black, right? He's an overweight black dude, and he dribbles through the middle of the fucking game.
Yeah.
One arm lead. That's how Steven dribbles. That's how he dribbles.
Yeah. So like, how do you go from that to beating Jinsei?
That's where our acquaintance comes in. If he agrees.
I mean, I understand that. I understand that. Like, you're gonna get somebody to help you out with your basketball Jones, and sure, whatever. But it's like it seems like a very tall mountain to climb. All things considered, like, you be talking about how your hands are all fucked up, your eyeballs are all squished. Like, I don't know, Steven. I just think you're trying to lose $50.
I mean, it's gonna go to.
You're trying to lose $100.
I just think you're trying to lose $100. Like, you gonna try and shoot, and this nigga gonna slap the ball down. This is gonna smash off of your face, and then one of your eyeballs is just gonna be super extra weird.
Right. We're not talking about the grape-shaped eyeballs, bro. Sorry.
But if I can't score and owe you 100, Jinsei, it was gonna have to be a 2-week installment.
I cannot, bro.
I need to take out a loan before we.
I cannot.
Or I can save up.
You know what that makes me feel like, bro? You know what? Like, just thinking about the scenario where he got to bring me money every 2 weeks,
taking candy from a baby,
like a bully, like you're a straight up bully. Like a bully, like for real.
Nah, I mean, he. This is a very roundabout way of trying to live his anime life.
That's what I was getting at, like beforehand when he was explaining to me, like when he first presented it and he was I just laughed. I was like, this motherfucking anime protagonist, like he said, did he not say arc? Like, didn't he say this is my arc?
This is my
right?
arc.
Yeah, right.
This is my redemption arc.
Redemption arc. He gonna have a training arc and then a redemption arc. And then it's gonna be like but I'm just like, I'm gonna fuck you up like your name is Jiraiya, my name is Pain, bro.
Good. That montage. This is the one time a montage ain't gonna help. I'm just telling you. I'm trying to tell you.
So Jinsei, set a date. I want you to.
Steven, I can have I'm not talking to this man for you. If you going through a midlife crisis, you better fucking age, motherfucker. Like, do something. Do something at your age. Anyway, I could go through a knee surgery, not being allowed to be on the court, and I would kick your ass 10-0, 100 times out of 100. I don't care what you do. I'm just letting you know.
Also, something that inspired me to start playing basketball again. I read this article about Adam Sandler that he still plays pickup games in Long Island in New York. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Adam Sandler is the pickup goat. He gonna play basketball. He ain't gonna do nothing else. He's gonna play basketball.
Wait, are you saying he's good? I didn't hear. I kind of got like a mixed message from that.
I'm saying that if Adam Sandler does nothing else in life, you're gonna be able to catch him playing basketball somewhere.
Is he good?
I think it's pretty good. There's a difference between like freak athlete who's like skillful and just a motherfucker who knows how to play the game of basketball. You know what I mean?
Right.
Adam Sandler knows how to play it. Adam Sandler would beat Steven 1,000% of the times. Like, he beat Steven in the future. He beat Steven in the past.
Damn,
he beat Steven in the present.
He's a better basketball player and entertainer than you. Speaking of that, what happened again? What did you say? Like, Kaho, come and watch me stream tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna do it. 100%. Nobody's gonna stop me now. Like, what happened to that?
I actually did it for a little bit.
No. What happened to streaming, not don't on your webcam for like 10 minutes?
Is that what he did?
A little while is like it's weasel word for him, so I'm going with the lower end.
I need a better game than Mario Maker.
Oh, so that's the excuse. It's not you, it's the game.
Well, it's me and the game.
I think it's just...
A lot of excuse was that he worked overtime.
Well, I did that too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been working 9 hours, I've been at work 10 hours a day now lately.
It's just a weak ass excuse, man.
I'm like I said, like I'm known to have. I can pull out an excuse out my ass.
Yeah, and like it just lead like into the what you were just talking about, like 2 months, 3 months down the line, I'm gonna fuck Jinsei up. Like what's gonna be the excuse then?
It's not gonna happen.
What's not gonna happen?
I'm totally serious.
Totally see. You really think you're gonna beat Jinsei?
I really do.
How? Like why? Why do you think this? Like, take me through this Steven thought process that leads me, or that leads you to believe that you stand a chance after doing a month or two of training shooting the basketball, when this nigga has been playing basketball his entire life. You tell me, like, walk me through this. How's this gonna work?
So I feel like it's my body type. My body type is a lot slimmer than Jinsei, so I think I have advantage of that too.
Okay, so you think you have an advantage? That's not what I asked. I said walk me through this process. Like how do you go from being like homie with 2 left feet, like can't dance, can't fucking like looks weird when he runs. I've seen you try and run. You look hella fucking weird. Like Quasimodo-esque type fucking stature slash I don't even know, like the way that you carry yourself when you're moving. How do you go from that to beating someone who has been performing in this like athletic game for well over 20 years? Like, how do you do that? How do you pull it out? What's the secret? What's the silver bullet? Like, are you gonna go Super Saiyan or something? Like, tell me.
Just hard work.
2 months versus...
Wait, what's the date today? The 18th? Okay, so I got...
What do you got?
I got till July 22nd. That's the date.
July 22nd.
And then I want to meet Jinsei on the courts.
Okay. We're just gonna pretend like you didn't just not answer my question. And move on. Jinsei.
Yeah.
How do you feel knowing that in 2 months this nigga is going to get like the basics down so fucking hard that he can move into like advanced fucking dribbling techniques? He's gonna like he gonna Iotunde your ass on the court. How do you feel knowing that all of this is going to be fucking brought to the surface of the Steven the baller in only 2 months? How does that make you feel knowing that he's going to tower over you?
Listen, he has a better chance of beating Iotunde than he has beating me. Number one. Number two, at least I would probably show some pity to. Number two, there's a 65-year-old man that I can get right now to play Steven 1-on-1. 65-year-old man who is smaller than him in stature. 65-year-old man. I can get a motherfucker right now. I can get it right now, Kaho. Listen to me. Listen to me, Kaho. I can get somebody right now who can't see out of his right eye and is like 4 inches shorter than Steven. He only got one eye, Kaho. I can get all these people to play against Steven in 2 months, and they would kick Steven's ass. Like, stop playing with me, bro. Like, yeah, okay, be reasonable about it. Like, video games, go for it. Maybe, go for it. But basketball? Stop it.
Right, but you have to take into consideration he's slimmer than you, right? Like that counts for some. Like he gonna be like throwing the ball between his legs, like around the back, fucking dunking on you and shit, and you gonna be like, how does he do it? It doesn't make sense. And then he's going to drift down from the hoop. He's gonna let it go after he just dunked on your ass. He's gonna drift down ever so slowly, and he's gonna be like, the power of feathers. Like, how do you overcome this ordeal, Jinsei? How do you stop him from embarrassing you in front of all the women that are gonna be watching? They're gonna be there to watch Steven stomp you.
I need you to stop hyping up the scenario like this.
Since when does Kaho hype a scenario?
What? What'd you say?
I don't know.
Since when does Kaho hype a scenario?
Kaho strategically hype scenarios that have nothing to do with him. Number one, nothing to do with him. He's not going to be there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. And then only benefit him through the embarrassment of his friends. That's the only time he hypes some shit up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
By the way,
oh, you stubbed your toe. You can't walk, nigga. Oh my god.
what happens if I break some ankles?
Oops. Why are you doing this? Why are you? Who put him up to the child? Y'all was talking beforehand. I did come into the thing late. Y'all was talking beforehand.
July 22nd, come down to fucking Modesto or wherever the fuck they play and watch Steven the Magnificent take on the lumbering Jinsei, who is clearly not as slim as Steven is. Watch him run circles as Jinsei runs out of breath and out of stamina, out of gas, and has to take a knee in deference to the oh so much better, oh so much more athletic, oh so stronger Steven Showerman.
For someone who don't like clowns, you sure do know how to act like one. Like, my God.
Tickets go on sale right now.
Oh, I'm gonna be taking my nice camera out there too, so we'll have high quality footage.
We're gonna need to see this. Everybody needs to know. Everyone needs to bear witness to this absolute bloodbath that's about to happen.
So I'm also gonna have like 3 different setups around the court too, as well. I have like multiple cameras.
Okay, all right, calm the fuck down. I'm the hype person. I mean, calm the fuck down. It's already been hyped up enough by somebody.
Okay, Kaho. Also, you said you need to play that Naruto Storm 4.
Bitch, I never said I was playing Naruto Storm 4. We said, and I went back and checked this, we said, okay, we both have a game. We're gonna play that game. Why the fuck do you keep trying to move to this Naruto bullshit? I don't want that game. I don't want you buying shit for me. I'm not buying it. You said any fighting game. I said, all right, we're going to do the, what is it called again? Grand Blue Fantasy. So we're going to do Grand Blue Fantasy. And even when me and Jinsei first got this shit, you were like, oh, I'll fuck both of y'all up. I'm going to take both of y'all booty holes in this game. Like you was saying, you was hyping yourself up in this shit. Now you're trying to escape back to some other game? Get the fuck out of here.
I actually have Red Blue.
I know you do! That's a thing that we discussed. It's the thing that I said last time we had this discussion. That's the thing that was said when me and Jinsei first got the game. All right? And I don't want you buying me anything. Period.
You want to expound upon that, Kaho, or you want to just leave it like that?
We're going to leave it right there. Don't even trip. You just save your energy for this ass whooping that he's about to deliver in 2 months. You gotta store that shit up.
By the way, what is a good brand for basketball? An actual basketball.
Voigt. I don't actually know. Spalding, I assume?
I don't know. For outdoor brawl, I don't know. I don't really play outdoors like that.
Just go get a fucking basketball. Like, go to the store, pick up a basketball, see how it feels. If it feels right, there you go.
Who would pay $50 for a basketball?
I do, routinely. A good indoor. The NBA basketball costs $120. What are you talking about?
You about to buy this man a basketball, Jinsei.
I want a good outdoor one though.
You know what that means, Jinsei? You know what that means? That means this nigga about to run the court on you, nigga. 10-0.
Also gonna start exercising.
And he gonna exercise, so he ain't just gonna be slim and trim. He's gonna be buff, lean muscle. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? How can you sleep at night, Jinsei, knowing that the Steven train is coming for you?
Let me get Ayatollah the fuck out of here first before I even think about this shit. Not even technology at this point. It's just
The
waiting.
pain train with no brakes.
Anyway, getting off of this shit. My God. I noticed that you were playing a little Ion.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's scared. All right, that's all I want to say. Yeah, I have actually.
Hey, I'll log off right now, motherfucker. Don't make me mad.
All right. Chill.
Go ahead. Tell me what you're doing.
I was just playing Ion. Yeah, it's a game.
Okay,
it's a video game.
Tell the motherfucker, for people who don't know, tell them what that is.
All right, so a video game. It's usually developed by several people who have experience with coding, with like standard development, 3D.
You're just trying to make me mad today. Okay, all right.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Let's go.
No, Ion is it's an MMO. It's very PvP focused, at least towards the end game. Me and Jinsei, along with a lot of our other friends, used to play it a very long time ago, and it's one of my favorite PvP games out there. So, I'm playing on a private server right now. It's a classic private server, but I don't know. I'm not really taking it very seriously. I'm just playing it to kill time, really. I was looking
What's your
for
favorite kind of PvP?
Huh?
What's your favorite kind of PvP?
Faction-based open world shit.
Open world. You're not really too big on the instance PvP?
I mean, like as like a secondary form, it's fine. Like Ion has both.
As long
right?
as it doesn't take away from. Ion would do it in a way in which it doesn't take away from the fact that there is open world PvP because it's time. It's gated by time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'm fine with that.
If it was like a all day thing and you could do both at any given time, how you feel about that?
I mean, I think as long as there is a reason to do both, then that's fine. Like say, because Abyss points are like the currency for PvP, right? Say, the way that Ion did it, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, the way that more modern Ion did it is you get more Abyss points, like from a single shot of the shit, but it's time gated. So like you can only do it once or twice a day, and then
3 times a day.
3 times a day. And then if you want to get like the more consistent, like it's less like per kill or per victory, but overall the ceiling is higher. You can get way more just by PvPing out in the open world. Then it's fine. I find that fine. It's fine. And also it's open world, so like you don't really have a choice when it comes to PvP. If you're in an area where PvP is allowed, you gotta watch over. You gotta fucking, keep eyes in the back of your head, or somebody gonna get you. Me, I'm gonna get you.
How you feel about those full loot PvP games?
It depends on the game. Like, mostly because like a lot of games, when it comes to like progression, you usually have to put a lot of time into those, right? Like loot is rare. It's if you want some rare shit, you gotta spend time like leveling your character up, leveling your skills up, crafting, whatever the fuck. And then like if you can lose all of that on a single death, like say you lag or something, or say your fucking internet goes out and somebody like finds you standing there like an idiot and just jumps you, all your shit is gone. There's nothing you can do about it. The shit that you just spent, all this loot that you just spent days, weeks, months accumulating, is gone because of something stupid like that. I'm not down for that. Now, if you could get like if loot was more standardized, like it doesn't take you weeks and months to get a single piece of gear, like you say you had what is considered good gear, but then you die, you lost it all. You know, like with a couple of hours work, you could go and get that shit back and then put yourself back out on the battlefield. You know, you're ready to dance again. That's fine. I get that in terms of like full loot. But losing everything every single time when it in the like a standard MMO's like required time frame to be well equipped, I don't think it's feasible. Some people might like that shit, but I don't.
Yeah, I think it's like if you're like truly like seeking that thrill. But it's no different than playing like a roguelike game, in my opinion.
Sure,
like
but
from when you die, you just restart. You restart from beginning, but you use all your experience basically that you gained to like get there faster.
Yeah, I get that. Like it's fine in roguelike games because the human element doesn't exist. You're not playing against other people. You're playing against a computer. So, like, if you lose, then it's usually due to the fact that you either don't know mechanics or like you fucked up. You know, it's like it's usually your own mistake which kills you in roguelikes, or your own mistake or your ignorance that kills you. In PvP though, there's the human element. What if you just like you're well geared, you got to step outside of town to pick an herb or catch a rabbit or something, and you just got like 10 niggas just jump you out of nowhere. There's nothing you can do about that. Like, you don't have, it's the human element that puts too much there's too much variation of outcome. And 9 times out of 10, when you're playing games like that, it's not like, I challenge you to a duel. It's like, all right, here he comes. All right, 3, 2, 1, jump this nigga. Like, it's a very different type of game, a very different type of situation, a very different type of scenario. And it just, I don't feel like it would feel good for that to happen multiple times. I mean, I have played, like back in the day when we played, me and my brothers, we played Tibia. Way back in the day, it was if you die and you don't have a, and this was even introduced like much later on, but if you don't have an amulet of loss equipped, everything that you have on your body drops. Period. Now, that's PvE, that's PvP, whatever the fuck. Everything that you have on you hits the fucking floor. Now, if this happens in PvP, usually you're out, you and like some homies are out killing shit or something, and that's fine. Somebody can grab your loot and save it for you. If you're out doing it by yourself, more than likely you died in a secluded area, like trying to fight dragons or something. Nobody knows exactly where your body is, so you can probably get back to it with some lesser gear. Like, just run in, grab your shit, and dip. It's fine. But if you died in PvP, everything that you had on you at the time is gone. Period. They taken your shit, and now you have to fight them not only with what they had on, but what you had on. And if you had some good gear, I hope you have an army to call. It was fun, but at times it was frustrating as fuck.
Isn't Tibia a very old game?
That's why I said this was a long time ago. You have anything interesting to say?
If I was seeking thrills, that's what I would do. That's what I would play. I'd play something like that.
What,
So, yeah.
full loot shit?
Yeah, some full of shit. I want to say one of the 3 games that we've discussed in private that's going to come out soon-ish. One of them, full loot game, if I'm not mistaken. But I also think it's first person, which turns me off completely. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't fucking that. Did you see what's going on with New World?
Nah.
You heard the rumblings? Dude, the fucking the developers, the head developer, he put out a tweet about like what's coming, and in this tweet, it mentioned like some new content or some content that's coming out. I guess it's all technically new, but some details on some content, some cosmetics in the cash shop, and then some boosts and stuff in the cash shop too. Nigga, people lost their fucking minds because it said boosts in the cash shop. And like, I'm the type of person, like, I don't mind. First of all, let me get it out there. I agree with the people that are upset, but for a very specific reason. Now, I don't mind boosts in a cash shop normally. And when I say normally, I mean after the game has been out for a while. But when the game just comes out, like, the game just hit shelves, and they're throwing in XP and crafting and gathering boosts and shit, like, it goes from pay to advance to pay to win. Because once you are in the upper bracket in a PvP game, you like, what about people who can't purchase this shit? Like, there's no months into the game just yet. That's not where the game is. You're not months into the game, where if you start a couple months later, of course they're already going to be people at max level. This is some log into the game for the first time, pick up some shit, and then be max level gathering, crafting, and fucking just leveling up.
Is that what they said though?
Yeah, he said that they were going to, and then later on, after the backlash, he said he added at a later date. So, like, I don't know. They didn't give any firm dates after he like walked his shit back. So don't really know what at a later date means. But
the game opens on Monday and the shit's in the shop on Thursday.
Yeah,
type deal.
Yeah, like, stupid shit, man. And like, I don't like that for, like, despite the fact that I said I typically don't mind boosts, but for the reason that I stated, I don't like it. Because, like, you're gonna have that group of niggas who just takes like, all right, New World's coming out. All fucking, our entire guild is gonna take a week off. We're all gonna buy boosts and shit. And we're going to, in this game where you have to, like, conquer land and hold it and shit, we're going to take all of this shit and we're going to be so far ahead in a PvP, open world PvP game. You know how this shit goes. We're going to be so far ahead that it's going to be very, very difficult for other people to coordinate and catch up, because we're going to be reaping rewards for holding this land. Rewards that nobody else can get simply by the virtue that we bought boosts.
You know what? I get what you're saying. I understand it. I guess my question to you is, does this deter you from, like, trying out the game and playing it?
No.
Does it make you? Does it instead? If it doesn't make you not want to play the game, does it change how you would approach how you would play it?
For the moment, it just makes me.
Go ahead.
For the moment, it just makes me cautious about the game. Because if they're willing to... This is tantamount to taboo when it comes to MMOs. Like, you're not supposed to... What game, aside from games that are cash grabbers, like the games that are, like, private servers or some shit like that, where people are just trying to make money, what serious MMO out there starts with fucking boosts in the cash shop? To my knowledge, none of them. Like, you could, even the ones that had fucking horrible cash shops, like Arcade, the cash shop didn't become horrible until, like, 6 months in. You know, like, they gave it time before they started adding boosts and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So no game has that I in like any, like, recent or past memory, no game has offered a pay to advance straight out, like, straight from jump. None that I've ever played before, at least. So with that being said, since Homeboy walked it back, I'm not 100% sure what he means. So he might not. It might mean, like, months and months down the line. We'll see what the fuck happens. And if that's the case, then fine, I'll still play the game. I understand it's they got to make money somehow off of. I mean, I think it's going to be a buy to play game, but they got to make money somehow, right? So it's buy to play, and then they want their microtransactions in there for a continued income for the people who develop and moderate the game. That's fine, perfect, whatever. But if it is like, all right, after 1 week we're throwing shit in there, I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it. I don't know. It's not because like as I get older, I feel like principles are more important to me. And if if fucking Amazon needs to be that fucking greedy, then on principle, I just don't want to play their game.
I can see it changing your approach to it. Maybe you play it, but you won't take it as serious because the market's all dry.
And yeah, but I mean, like, fucking Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis shit is coming out before New World. Like,
how serious are you gonna play that game, bro?
I mean, I really enjoyed the open beta part, or not open beta, closed beta. Like, I enjoyed it. I have my criticisms. Like, the game is too easy. It's too easy. But then again, that's all fucking video games nowadays. Except for, like, this is why I play classic servers, because they don't make games like they used to, I guess. Like, I hate to say it, I hate to sound like a fucking boomer, but it's true. The games just aren't
Can't you just realize that all your past experiences just made you, like, that much better of a gamer? Like, it's built up your own skills to where, like, shit is just, like, inherently not that hard.
Sure,
it's
but
like,
I
take
can...
any game you played as a kid that was fucking difficult. You go back, you play that shit, you be like, why was this hard?
Yeah, but I can still go back and play these other games and, like, still find myself in situations where it's like, oh shit, I gotta make a split-second decision right now or everybody in this party is dead. Like, I guess, like, calling it difficulty is kind of reductive, because it's not just, like, difficulty. Like, what does difficulty mean anyway? It's more of, like, the depth and dimension that the combat stretches to. Like, you have to worry about all kinds of shit. Like, you have to worry about being hit by a critical attack. You have to worry about, like, having high enough defense. Like, and this seems like very basic shit, but, like, a lot of it is just sucked out of most games now. Like the last time I played Final Fantasy 14, when we're doing like the raids and shit, like the end game raids. Like, yeah, you had to have a certain gear score, but that was it. You'd have certain gear score in order to get your foot in the door, and then once you had that gear score, all you had to do was recognize a pattern, and you can win. That's not. There's no accounting for, like, shit that could happen. You're not reacting to shit that could happen. You're not reacting to chance. There's no coloring outside of the lines on this. It happens. There's no will it, won't it? It happens. Period. And that takes away, in my opinion, it takes away from all the tension that can be built while you're, like, fucking fighting Menotios or something. He turns around and uses a Scorch ability on one of your healers and fucking one-shots the healer. Damn, now you're down to one healer who has to keep everybody alive, and somebody has to break off and raise your healer. Like, this shit does happen to an extent in newer games, but it's far easier to deal with these situations. It's like, you don't have to think about it. You just have to know what's coming, because there's a guide out there for it, and there's 0% chance that something is going to happen outside of what the guide says. Like, 14, the shit in 14, it's all on a fucking, it's all on rails. I don't like it. I like the game, I like the animations and shit, but I don't like the end game. It's boring. It's the same shit over and over. You figure out a pattern and you have nothing to worry about.
feel like that's what it boils down to. Is like that's going to be any end game to any game that isn't PvP focused.
I mean, to an extent, but like I said, I can go back and play these older games. Like we were talking about Ion a second ago. Take like the one that I mentioned the most is Bolvig, right? Like the big bads in that game did not use their abilities on a certain rotation. There was a chance that they could use the hardest hitting ability that they have 2 to 3 times in a row, and you just like when you see that appearing on that cast bar, and you're like, oh shit, okay, brace for it, boom. Your healers are working on healing up, and like, oh shit, here it comes again. What the fuck? No, bad luck. Nothing is left up to chance now. But back then, you couldn't prepare for everything. You had to react to it at sometimes. Like sometimes your DPS had to peel the fuck away because here comes clip wings or whatever the fuck it was called, burn wings or something. And if that hits everybody a second time, the healers can't heal fast enough, so everyone else has to move away. It doesn't put all the onus. It's not a healing. At that point, it's not a healing check. Is everyone paying attention check. And who wasn't paying attention because that person who wasn't paying attention is fucking dead now. Right? So the people who do make it out are the people who aren't trash. Or the people who aren't fucking watching a YouTube video while fighting this boss. Yeah, and it means that person is more engaged. So when you get to an even harder part, enemies that do like the variance of their abilities and shit, it's crazier. It gets even wilder. They hit harder, they hit more frequently, they switch targets if your tank isn't doing the right shit. Like, it doesn't hold your hand through in-game. Or it didn't. Like it does today. Variance. It doesn't exist anymore. Because nobody wants hard. Nobody wants difficulty. What does difficulty mean? Everybody just wants to be the fucking hero of the day. Fucking millennials.
I remember.
Oh wait, I'm a millennial.
Skill cast. Okay, hide behind a rock. Good to go.
Yeah, and that worked for some things. Like Bolvig wasn't end all be all. But then throw in variance. Variance outside of variable, right? Throw in Dredgian. Like you said, the PvP element, right? You don't see that shit anymore. Which game have we played in forever that has like Dredgian type shit where you have to not only worry about the environment but other people? This doesn't happen anymore. I haven't seen a good faction versus faction game since Ion.
Yeah, it's always been a hint to that, and there's like really no reason to really be faction versus faction. If we go like down the line, right, we played Ion, then we went to Blade and Soul, and it was like the big deal to me with that was like, okay, they was like, all right, you're gonna be PvPing, but why?
Yeah,
like you gotta have a why. It's gotta be something, some perks attached to it. I gotta know, like for me personally, I gotta know I'm denying a nigga something. like the idea of RF where we denied resources to two other races. Like, come on, bro. In Ion, if we fucking took over Ether, you denied them niggas farming, so didn't nobody on their side make money? You know what I mean? Like, shit like that.
Taking over castles and shit so you can go into the castle's instances and the other people can't? Yeah. Like, losing was consequential back then. Like they got buffs and shit. Like they would it would turn open world PvP into hard open world PvP because now they had buffs from their castles. Now they had buffs from the Abyss. Now they had buffs from the fortresses and shit like that. Variables. Shit that changes based on, what's currently going on. And then variance, outside influence inside of, what you're already trying to account for, trying to respond to. But like Blade and Soul had PvP and it was faction. That's true. I forgot about that. But so what? Like it was whack as fuck. Like, well, I don't understand. I don't remember, I should say, what the point of PvPing was. Just aside from just like styling on a nigga. Like, but What did you get from that? Were there points? Because I know there was like an arena. And in that
arena, but that was like they did the whole rank gold and shit like that. Like they had a ranked arena, which is okay, I guess. But
yeah, but
I'm hard pressed to do arena up in my mobile games. Like, come on, bro. I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
I think it was for some materials though to upgrade your weapons. Like at one point, you couldn't upgrade that one weapon you got that was like that's supposed to carry you through the game, unless you was doing decent in the arena or something.
Oh, I stopped playing before those came out.
Now that was during the time we was playing, because I stopped playing first. So yeah.
I don't know about that, because I remember those things coming out, and I was just thinking to myself, this one weapon you get, and all you do is upgrade it over and over, and you don't need any other weapon. Well, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't get it then. But I remember once I learned about it, I stopped playing because it was just like I don't like purely vertical progression when it comes to gear in any game. Any game, I don't like it. Like I don't like the way that 14 handles gear. It's cool looking, but it's like
absolutely a simpleton when it comes to this shit. I don't care as long as I look good. If this shit don't look good, what's the point? Like for real.
I don't know. Like I'm yeah, you're a simpleton, you're right. I don't like that shit. No, I just couldn't get down with Blade and Soul because of it. It looked cool. Like the combat felt impactful. You know, it was nice. The gameplay was pretty, like fucking gap closers looked dope as fuck. It was an overall really good looking game. But then they fucked it up.
How long did you actually play Blade and Soul?
I don't remember. This was many, many years ago.
Put your cane down, Kaho.
Many years ago.
So what is like since we're on the topic of MMORPGs, what is like the number one MMORPG right now?
Not World of Warcraft. It's actually Raid.
In Albion Online, you can be whoever you want to be in this magical world.
You should have played the shit.
Like, I don't know, man. It just looks so much like RuneScape, dog.
Bruh,
RuneScape.
There was a moment. Look. There's just shit like you can't like forget. So I remember, I actually got in a guild, and we started doing like the little dungeons but we were doing it like as a guild, like you super groups, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember we're going through this dungeon, and it's like a circular dungeon. Like, so we're looping around, right? And we go through the shit. You have to go through a portal that popped up. Or go through the shit, and then another group pops in, right? Nigga, listen to me, bro. So you know, we get nervous. Shit is tight. You feel me? Shit is real tight up in there. Mm-hmm. So we loop through again, and ain't shit popping off. So we're like, I bet, I guess we just gonna like contest for these mobs. So we're in the chat, like we're sitting here talking, like, yeah, we're just gonna wait for everything. It was like a 4-minute respawn time. Wait for everything to respawn. Nigga, they were off screen. One dude like hit all his charges. He had a big ass spear. I just remember this. This shit is so vivid. Like he pops up on screen. He's running. He got the fucking wind. He's running against the wind force, right? He leaps in the air, and he's like going to town on one of the people in our group. And then the rest of the niggas come in, and it was like a surprise attack shit. And we ended up winning that fight because I think that was like I'm healer mode like most of the time nowadays. Mm. So healing the fuck out these niggas. We going like this is like 12 minutes of epic fighting. It was like I was like, I can't believe I'm the only one experiencing this shit right now. I don't even know what you niggas was doing. I was just playing Albion online by myself. But legitimately, no leveling up. You have to craft your gear. It was just like, this is some Kaho shit when I think about it.
You're not a crafter. What the fuck?
I'm not, but you didn't have no choice.
I don't know what the fuck we were doing either. Like, I remember making fun of you for playing Albion once, but
and you didn't even know what it was.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but like after that, I didn't hear you talk about it ever. I don't think I saw you for like a year after some shit.
Like, niggas just gonna let me just gonna make fun of me for doing me. That's just some crazy shit.
I mean, like, if you ain't gonna advocate for the shit, ain't nobody gonna take it serious. Like, you know how that fucking Discord works. I mean, people say some one-off shit all the damn time, and ain't nobody serious unless you show people that you're serious.
Honestly speaking, and I've always been like this. I've never ever. You have to think about it. I've never been like, "Hey,
I know,
I'm doing this." Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you multiple. If I'm gonna ask you once, you either give me, "Hey, I'll think about it. Maybe let's look into it." If you say no, I'm not gonna bug you with it because you said no. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. How am I gonna make you do some shit that you don't want to do?
See, I'm the
so
opposite.
You can be miserable.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah, you are.
I'd be like,
you
hey,
are.
Hey, come and play. Nope. Nick, what do you mean no? I'm having fun. You come having fun with me. And then you never actually do it. But you know,
if you don't want to play some shit, and I try to make you play it, sure, there's a 12.7% chance that you find something redeeming about this new experience that you really didn't want to get yourself into. There's also an 82.3% chance that fucking Kaho is gonna negative his way out of fucking playing the game.
What? No, you got me mixed up with somebody else.
No, I said you, but I'm saying like in general, like when you don't want to go somewhere out in real life, and somebody forces you to go, all you really do is, unless you find something redeeming about being in that situation, is you infect whatever function you are at with negativity. Like it just washes over everything.
No, I would just be hey, I got diarrhea. I gotta go.
That shit only works at work.
Wash that chair.
Not like that. God damn.
No, I mean, like, I get what you're getting at, but like you're leaving out the fact that, like, I play anything with anybody. Like, I played that. What was that lame ass game that fucking Saneo was trying to get us to play for the longest time? Like,
I don't know. I probably wasn't around.
It was. I don't remember what the shit was called, but it was like some fucking 2001 game or something like that. It was like, it felt like we were playing a Flash game, but I'm just the type of person that when somebody that I like is playing something and they're like, hey, I'm enjoying myself, come and enjoy this with me, I'ma play that shit. Like, yeah, like I might fuck on you once or twice, but if you're like serious, of course I'm gonna come. My homie is playing, I'm gonna go and play with my boy. Like, what the fuck? That's what I do. I'm Kaho. I play games.
I want to know what game you're referring to be honest. I've asked you several times, let's go start World of Warcraft, and you'd be like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, I all right. Honestly, I've never thought you were serious about that. Not a single time. But if you want to play World of Warcraft, nigga, let's play World of Warcraft. But you got to tell me that you're serious about it, though. Like, I mean, you know how we are. We josh, we joke, we fuck on each other, we fuck around. We throw shit at the wall just to see what sticks sometimes. Like, you ain't got to do that with me. You just say, look, Nick, we playing this game. Let's play this game, and we playing this game.
I would pay for Jinsei's first month of membership.
You heard him, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why he felt like he would have to do that, but
I don't me either.
I mean, I actually.
Sure, what did we tell you about that, bro? I sure hope you aren't going to lunch with like some OGP kids and paying for everything.
Oh no, I say to myself,
no friends. Like, it used to be no new friends. No friends. No friends.
I just gotta keep improving in my new position, which I'm getting better every day. Still trash, but I'm less trash than I was.
All I'm saying is, Steven, is you're for somebody who has so many financial restraints, you're very quick to be like, I'll do this with my money that I don't have access to.
Nigga, didn't you take like 3 weeks to pay me $20?
I don't want to talk about that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Did he just say he's gonna take a 2-week installment?
Yeah.
Or pay me for beating him in bed? You want to give me money to beat you in bed? It's so crazy.
I mean, just take it. You gonna
I
buy
don't
you a new basketball.
You guys have to admit, I know how to create content.
What?
How to create content.
No. That was a rhetorical what? Like, what do you mean create content? Do I need to bust you out while we're recording?
Nah, we're good. Anyway.
You ain't gonna do it though.
Nigga, what have you created? What content? When was the last episode where you created content, Steven? This is Jinsei's fault, by the way. Tell me, when was the... I'm great at creating content. You said great. That means you're exemplary. What content have you created? What conversation have you broached that like extended into a long form discussion in the past 15 episodes?
If I'm not mistaken, we talked about burrito skins.
I said long form discussion, not some stupid bullshit that came out of Steven's mouth.
We talked about the government. We talked about getting vaccinated. We talked a lot of things.
Who's we? What did you contribute to those conversations? Like, was I high? Was I drunk? Because I don't remember you contributing very much. When I say, what have you
fucking junkie?
When I say, what have you contributed to these conversations? I mean, or which conversations have you contributed? I mean, conversations in which you have had like some not necessarily just an opinion, but like reasoning behind that opinion, like something to stand on when it came to that opinion, rather than just saying something stupid and then getting yelled at for it. Because that's not the same thing. That's not creating content. That's being a punching bag. Come on, nigga, let's get into it. You trying to front? I'm gonna put your ass on Front Street. What the fuck have you done lately?
Not a whole lot.
Kind of different from what you said a moment ago, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, but I'll be honest. You're right.
I usually am. Now don't go get your feelings hurt, nigga. You asked for it. I mean, well, Jinsei kind of pushed me into it, but still, you brought it up.
You're good. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm not saying I'm great, but I'm trying to improve.
Ain't nobody asking you to be a better person, man. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about, like, Steven being a bad person. I don't think you're a bad person. I really don't. I think you're cool. I think you're okay. I just, like...
What?
I do. Like,
What?
For everyone to hear, I think Steven is pretty okay. Like, I don't mind him as much as my popping off at his ass tends to make it seem like I do. Like, I'm a very confrontational person.
Confrontational.
Everyone should know that by now.
Evil.
Suck a dick, nigga. Like, I'm a very confrontational person, but I do not hold grudges. Like, after I'm done yelling at Steven, what I hope that he does is take what I've said and do something constructive with it. You know, even if I'm being mean, whatever your name is, listener who keeps calling me mean, whenever I'm being mean to Zig, that's my way of being constructive.
She told me that she gave Steven permission to tell the name.
What's the name, Steven?
Wait, she did? Wait.
What?
Well, I saw our viewer at work the other day, but I honestly
okay, but if she gave Jinsei permission, that's all you need. Quit asking questions. Just give me the name so I can call her out in person.
No, I said she gave Steven permission. That's what she told me.
I mean, I know.
Well, I mean, if she gave Steven permission to say the name, then she gave Steven, then she, she's giving permission for her name to be out there. If Steven's gonna say the name, it means I'm gonna know it. And if I know her name, I'm gonna call her ass out. What's the name, Steven?
I'm gonna text Jinsei and ask him the name.
Nigga, come on.
Just admit that you don't know her name, motherfucker. Like, just say that.
I do.
I just want you to say it so she can hear it. She's an avid listener.
Say the name.
Don't worry, I told her in person. He don't know your name.
Say the name.
I don't know the name. I know who she is, but I don't know the name.
See?
I can figure out.
Hold on. No. You see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at? This bullshit right here that you pulling.
When she's at work and she comes talk to me, I can pick her out of the crowd though.
But you don't know her fucking name.
It's not like I'm gonna go up to a customer and say, "Hey, what's your name?"
Is she a customer?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I know who she looks like.
If she gave Jinsei permission, though, then why does any of this, like this defense of yours matter?
I mean, you know how my memory is.
I'm not worried about your fucking memory. Like, you just said you don't know her name, so your memory has nothing to do with it. Saying I don't remember her name, completely different context.
I think it starts with a K, if I'm not mistaken.
You're very mistaken. That's crazy.
Man, you old bitch ass. But anyway, so
Baby D. You remember Kaho from the first 3, 4, or 5 episodes of Questions?
Yeah. So your bullshit aside, Steven, what is true. What I said is I don't like, and this is the reason why we've come this far with we had a discussion about your contribution. We've come this far with your contribution in mind, and you're still here. Despite the fact that I'm doing all the work now.
I mean, honestly,
what?
That's actually an accomplishment that we have like 31 episodes.
What the fuck does that have to do with what we're talking about right now? Why are you trying to obfuscate right now?
I'm just saying we come a long way.
Okay, but we're not talking about that right now. Like, stick on topic. Quit trying to jump off of the topic. Anyway, like I was saying, despite the discussion that we had recently, sometimes I will think to myself, like when I'm in my own head, I'll sit here and think, like, how do I approach Steven with this shit? Now that I'm the one doing all the fucking recording, all the editing, all that shit, the shit that you were supposed to actually be doing to contribute, because when we first started this, you said you're like a consummate entertainer. You got this. I've been doing this for 26 years, or this. I'm joking about that exaggerated number, but you've been doing this a lot longer than we have, and you pumped yourself up, and you told me you can do it. You said, "I got this. Don't worry. Steven is here. Steven time." All that pumping up. And then what? Where is it?
Pump it up.
Like, where's Steven time at? Where is all of the shit that you were promising, that you were embellishing about yourself? Where'd all that shit go? Because I don't see any of it. I haven't seen any of it. I got a channel with 100 million subscribers. My Twitch account has 3K. I mean 2K. I mean, I have a couple of fans. Like, how the fuck did that happen? Where did the Steven that we started with go?
What happened was I tried to do too many projects and it kind of all backfired. So I had to weed some out, which I'm trying to redirect all my energy.
Alright, you weeded them out. Done. In the past. That was a while ago, though. I don't think that's a valid excuse for the last 4 or 5 episodes at this point. Like, maybe when we started, you had a little bit too much on your plate. I get that. But why am I doing all the recording and shit now? Like, how come when shit was actually working for you, like, beyond you needed to weed shit out? like before I even took over all the, like, doing everything basically. Where was that in the between the we first start, like, first 5 or 6 episodes or whatever the fuck, you got to weed shit out. You know, you were still it was still a balancing act for you. I get that. Fine. We'll cut those first 2 months off. It's like 6 episodes, 7, 8 episodes. Let's say 8 episodes. First 8 episodes gone. We're gonna write that shit off. But then what?
Then we started having computer issues on my end.
No. You started having computer issues about 4 episodes ago when I took over the responsibility of things. When I took all responsibility from you. So we're going to cut these last 4 episodes off too. But between those 4 and the initial 8, that's a slew of episodes. This is episode 31. Right?
I think part of it was that maybe you're right. And
maybe.
That you are right. And I don't need to have a big head about things and realize that maybe I'm not the best entertainer out there.
I'm not asking you to be the best. I'm asking you to be something. Like, this should be, don't take this as a Kaho getting at you, and listeners, don't take this as like Kaho just being mean to Steven. I'm not trying to be mean to him. I want this to be the start of your redemption arc, as you called it. That's what I want from you as a person who is, like, honestly taking Jinsei's word for it. Like, I know that's you know, that might sound like kind of a backhanded type of reply or answer, but this is me taking Jinsei's word for it. Like, I already asked this nigga. We've talked about this. Me and him. No Steven. We've talked about this, about the contribution or lack thereof insofar as you concerned. Like, how you don't really contribute to the conversations that we have. When we have a guest on, you're basically just a person who's sitting on a chair in the corner. Like, I don't want to take any action that's going to be negative towards you, but I also don't want to just have, like, you know, like, we have this setup. This is a 3-man podcast, and we're going to keep it that way. We're not hiring on a 4th. We're not getting a 4th on here, so you can stop that with that question that you keep asking in our Discord chat. Quit asking that. It's not going to happen. We can have guests on, but it's going to be us 3. And while it's us 3, it's something that I want you to think about. You know, like, this is the behind the scenes shit coming to the front right now. And I actually think this is pretty important for our listeners to know. Like, this isn't some internal strife or anything. Like, we're not pissed off at each other. We're not mad at each other or anything like that. I just, as the person who does most of the work for this podcast, I want to see more contribution from you, because you promised more when we started this. Jinsei was very, he was very upfront. He's like, hey, I can't really, you know, I don't really know how to do this computer shit. I don't know how to use computers. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to come up with good conversations. I don't know how to play video games. I'm terrible at basketball. Like, he admitted all this shit up front. So I'm giving him that leeway when it comes to this. I'm willing to take on this type of work without asking him to do it, because he already told me. He was upfront and honest with me about how terrible he is at making this type of content, and that's fine. You, on the other hand, hold up, I'm not done yet. You, on the other hand, you promised a whole lot of shit. Your mouth wrote a whole lot of checks that your ass just can't cash and hasn't been able to since this podcast started. So I'm not asking you to, like, I'm not even asking you to take responsibility for recording and editing anything back. Whatever. I'll do that shit. That's fine. But I want you to contribute in a meaningful way. Not just some silly ass questions that you read off of the internet, or not just some stupid ass question that some coworker asked you about what video game character would you be, whatever the fuck. Like, that's not meaningful. There's no depth to that. That's just like a question that you would read on a fucking buzzword type of BuzzFeed type of questionnaire. It's nothing. There's no substance. There's no meat to it. You can't dig into that. You answer the question and you move the fuck on. It's not entertaining. At least not to me. Yes.
So,
go ahead.
Basically, I need to get more. I should try to grow and be more technical, thinking like how you are, in a way to keep on having better contributions to the podcast.
Did he say tentacle?
He said that, and I don't believe that the answer. Oh, you said technical. Okay.
Technical. Oh, okay. I swear I heard tentacle.
I heard tentacle too. I was like, this nigga got to bring up Pokemon out of nowhere. I don't
Hentai shit. We trying to do some fucking JKs.
All right.
What's a JK?
I'm gonna be upfront with you, Kaho.
Are you serious?
I don't have the answers right now, but I will think about it.
What are you gonna think about exactly?
I'm gonna get technical.
That's not an answer. I don't know what that means. And to answer your question, Jinsei, JK, it's like I believe it's what. No, I mean I know it's what. It's referred to as a in Japanese. How the fuck did I blank on the word Japanese? It's how they refer to high school girls or female students in high school and shit like that. And it's short for Joshikosei, which just means high school girl. And then you throw in tentacles, and well, you should be able to get it from there. But what do you mean, Steven? Like, give me details. Like, I'm asking a very specific thing of you. I don't want you to be vague with me. Don't paint with a broad brush. What do you say?
He said, I don't have an answer for you right now. I'm going to think on it and come back to you.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that part.
I know that's not like that's nothing, but at least that's the right answer to give you as of right now.
I mean, I can respect a person who knows when to say I don't know. So fine, we'll see.
Character development.
All right, calm the fuck down. It's not like this isn't an anime. Let's not immediately jump into anime tropes.
I would spend 15 minutes trying to go over your defamation of my character soliloquy, but I think I'm gonna just let it rock. It's all good. Go ahead. Whatever. Let the people think what they think. That's what they do anyway.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so all that being said, I'm gonna say it again for the listeners. I'm not trying to come down on Steven. This is the way that I know how to. I don't fucking know, to help people who cannot help themselves, or not even can't help, who won't help themselves. Like, it's just a fact. This has been going on for quite a while now. You know, I don't ask.
Revelation, everybody. I like you, Steven. Now let me yell at you for 30 minutes.
I mean, like, all right, you know the type of person that I am. If I don't care about someone, I'm not going to talk to them. I don't engage with a person that I don't like. I cut them out of my life and I leave them there. Period.
Which
right?
I feel like is a
flaw. I get it.
A
flaw in my personality.
It's the wrong way to deal with trauma. But go ahead.
I understand that. But you also have to understand that I don't do it willy-nilly. Like, it's not a thing that I just do at the drop of a hat. I can, and, like, I will. Like, if it comes to, like, if I'm being disrespected at work, or if I feel like a job isn't, like, treating me with the respect or the, or like, paying me what I know that I'm worth, and and it just keeps going like that, I will drop a job in the fucking drop of a hat. I will. But when it comes to people, I tend to be a little
more patient.
Yes, I tend to show my patience when it comes to people, because people, I feel, are much different than, like, let me rephrase that. I think regular people in regular situations in their free time are much different than business owners. Like, because business owners seek to make a fucking profit no matter what, you know, and I understand that. But this isn't business. This right here between me and you and Steven, this is personal. So I'm going to treat it differently. I'm going to be more patient. I've been patient for months at this point. And I asked you, Jinsei, very recently, not very recently, but recently, I asked you, do you think he can pick it up? And you said give him a chance. So I'm giving this nigga a chance again. After the chance that I already gave him, this is now on Jinsei's head. And if it turns out that this shit doesn't work, I'm fucking Jinsei up, and I'm finding another third to replace you, Steven.
First of all,
but don't worry.
Your little pippity paps can't do nothing to me. I ain't worried about that.
I mean, being tall don't mean shit. You can chop. I mean,
nah, so much your little hands. You got little pippity paps.
That's fine. I'll bring a gun. All right. So, but what I'm doing here is I'm giving you like this like another chance, not based on, you know, I said it was based on, that was a joke though, not just based on Jinsei, but because I do want to see what it is that you can do when you're put in the correct position. And that is one of the reasons why I took away the responsibility from you. It frees you up to be more of an entertainer now. You have more free time insofar as this podcast is concerned. So now you have more space to work with. Now, if you choose to while that shit away, if you choose to waste that additional time, you know, that has been opened up for you by me taking your responsibilities, then the next time we have this conversation, it's not going to be so amicable. I can guarantee you that. Because I am a patient person, but I'm not a fool. So hopefully this conversation does mean something to you, and hopefully the people who are listening, you know, and you're going to have to go through this roller coaster with us regardless of what happens. This is me being transparent. So just remember this conversation. If the shit that you don't want to see happen happens, you know, the people who are out there standing for Steven right now, like if some shit goes sideways, you know, and we have to find a new band member, you know why this shit happened. This is context. So whatever your name is, lady, talking to you very specifically, I'll find you.
You said she just really wants
in Minecraft.
She, because I posted that video on my public story of Steven with his haircut and his school shooter 15s with the auto aim and shit.
Yeah.
And he said he gonna buy. He said next time I'm gonna get $300 shoes. I was like, oh what? Shit, you gonna get them with? They're gonna have auto aim and they're gonna come equipped with bullets already. Like, damn, that motherfucker. God damn, school shooter 27s
increases your ammo capacity.
Yeah. Her big thing really is just like, I just really want him to really get some.
Oh yeah.
Like he gets some contacts, some new jeans, and then some real pussy, and like it'll probably change his whole entire existence.
You know them things that fuck, what are they called? They're like to straighten your posture. Like you're supposed to wear them around your chest like a vest, and like pulls you up. I think one of those would probably help out too, because in all the videos that I've seen of Steven, this nigga's always slouched over, like, and that's where the whole
that's what his head is big.
This nigga dude got a 10-gallon ass head.
Hey, because you know what we found recently, right, Steven?
What?
You know what we found recently? You're gonna need to relink it. You feel me? But because I think she deleted the one video she posted. But
is it an archive?
Oh no, sort of, technically.
Yeah. Tiffany's TikTok.
Oh no, I showed you about that. I told
Did you
that.
show us? No, you didn't show us.
You didn't
bro.
show me, nigga.
Yeah, I was
Jinsei
like-
showed me.
I'm like, hey Jinsei, you want to see this TikTok of Tiffany?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes, we were at work before your vacation. You and Freddie, you and our coworker were sitting down, and I came over and I saw you guys in the personnel room. I'm like, you guys on TikTok? Check this out.
That sounded like a school shooter right there.
You guys on TikTok? Me too. Once I load this gun.
I need you to relink it because the one that I linked to Kaho, she deleted, I think. So I only got followed her.
It don't even matter. Like, I got what I needed already.
But she deleted it, so I can't go back to her TikTok.
No, I mean, for the context of your story that you were telling. I got
No,
what
but
I
I'm
needed.
talking about for me. But like,
Oh, okay.
because she got some real cute ones on there where, you know, that whole put my hand out there and see if he automatically grabs it. That was real cute. But if you notice in that one, Steven's laying down and it's like his body's not touching the couch he's laying on, but his head is. So it's like, you know, shit like that. All those, I want to see all that shit, all that cute shit.
Oh, big waterhead ass.
Like Kaho said, my home personality is totally different than my work
I
personality.
didn't say that shit. I don't know.
No, no. What I got from it was from the TikToks that, you know, you're all up in where she's calling you babe and everything like that. You know what I mean? Is that y'all relationship goes exactly how I think it does.
And it's not bad or good.
Explain.
It doesn't mean it's not. There's no bad or good. It's y'all relationship, so it is what it is. It's however, you know, if y'all function in that manner, y'all function in that manner. But yeah, it just seems like, you know, sometimes Steven looks like he's a pet.
What?
Yeah, sometimes you look like you're a pet. I could probably bring up 4 or 5 TikToks where it looks like, you know, some shit where it's like, hey, watch me sit this down and watch my boyfriend appear. Like a pet. Like a dog.
She got you trained, nigga.
No.
I mean,
It is what it
you're
is. Don't.
honest, that's what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
don't
honestly.
misconstrue that. It really is just what it is. It's not like this is not a haha Steven pet boy can't make any decisions on his own.
Yeah,
Ha
this
ha.
ain't no
Giant
male
waterhead.
chauvinistic bullshit. This isn't no. This isn't no like. Yeah, this ain't no. You ain't no real. That's not what it's like. This is your relationship, bro. Like
It's
that's
just
your
it's
relationship.
just an observation. If it works, it works. Ain't nobody coming down on you for it. That's what he's saying.
yeah. But yeah, so honestly, what?
I don't even like honestly, I don't even know what she really posts because I don't really
Yeah,
use
you should
TikTok
probably
that
take a
much.
look, Goofy. You should take a look because I feel like, because I think she has a decent following on TikTok,
Yeah, she does.
and I feel like that is the proper insight on your relationship than whatever bullshit it is that you tell us.
It's crazy. She has more engagement on TikTok than you have on all of your shit combined. Not as many. Like, yeah, you have more subscribers, but like, come on. Like, how many of those subscribers are actually active now? How long has it been? 6 years?
I kind of stepped back on my anime when I just got burned out, and like you said, I weeded even my mother YouTube channels, and I was like basically set that to the side. I decided I'm going to make a triumph return when Rising of the Shield Hero comes out. And as of right now, I'm working on our podcast right now and also my gaming channel on the side.
How are you working? We'll discuss that later.
Stop it! Stop
We'll
it!
discuss
Yeah,
that
stop it! Stop it! I just feel like I would say to the detriment of like whatever time, whatever it may have been. You have a reactionary channel, but your reactions are always 2 days late. Now I don't know what the holdup is. Like that would be my big critique. So it's like it's just this is how I assess it. It's like anybody who makes content for any of the games that I play, mobile games. It's like the news comes out and they release the shit like within an hour of the news coming out. Like if you're not releasing your reaction video within the
Like an
first
hour.
5 hours, like what kind of traction are you really trying to get? Like what are you gonna get really?
Exactly. I just got to the point where like it was getting toxic for me to even upload stuff because I was always late.
Toxic.
Yeah, I don't think toxic is the word.
Using the wrong word there.
Anyway, I just got burned out of and not getting enough traction. I used to get like a ton of traction, but I had more free time.
Okay, what are you blaming for? You was just talking about how you couldn't do shit, so you had all the free time in the world.
Yeah, like I
Go
want to
there.
go. I want to go bowling.
But gaming, you can basically make any kind of content anytime you want. So
How
It
does
depends
that, how,
on the genre of games. Like I said,
Wait, how does
the
that
people
matter
who
though?
want- who want a reaction to news that it gets posted, they want it. They want your views as soon as it gets posted. They want to hear it now. Like they don't want to hear it 3 days later after everybody else has processed the shit. They want to know how you processed it in the moment. Going back real quick, because I got chastised for the fact that we was giving him shit about the whole bone alleys and everything like that.
Mhm.
I'm upset because as somebody who was up front and say, I ain't gonna be doing too much talking during the podcast, I have now been lumped in and antagonized with you, nigga. Like, and then I had to think about it. And as of lately, I have been joining in on getting on Steven a lot. I don't know why I'm doing that. It might be because I've grown tired of you being wrong. Maybe I'm trying to help you in my own way. I'm just trying to help you. Because, like, Kaho be jumping on you, and then all of a sudden I'm jumping with you. Maybe this will make you stronger. Like, you break your bones so they just grow back stronger.
Tough
type
love.
thing. You know what
Tough
I mean?
love. In
But
Jinsei's
it's
case,
like-
anyway. I don't love this nigga. Just make sure everybody know that.
Hey, at least you was nice enough to say you like him. Kind of.
I mean,
It wasn't as backhanded as it was the first time. When you
yeah. I mean,
tell me one good thing about
it's a carrot and stick approach, right? Obviously, just whipping this nigga nonstop isn't gonna do anything. He hasn't improved whatsoever. So there's a little bit of carrot there. Enjoy. Because if you don't, we can bring the stick back if we need to.
Don't bring the stick back, Kaho, please.
Send his ass out into the yard. Go get a switch, nigga.
Steven, do you even know what a whooping is?
yeah, one time my mom, when I was little, I got a spanking, and then like I broke the spoon.
You broke the spoon because it was hitting your bone, your tailbone, because you ain't got no ass.
Nah. What he means is she was hitting him with it, and he snatched it away from her. Stop it, bitch! And then he snapped it over his knee, and he threw it at her.
Wait, you broke the spoon when you took it from her?
It was a joke. It was a
She was
joke.
making me so hard it broke.
Bruh. Bruh, did you hear the disbelief?
Yeah. I'm shocked you believe me.
I was like, no, ain't no way he did this. And I was like, he probably did.
So what happened? I think I told this story before, but it was when I went on my roof when I used to live in Modesto. I moved to Ripon. Let's see, I was 17 when I moved to Ripon, so that was like in 2007 when I moved to Ripon. So back in my Modesto house, I used to climb my roof, but I didn't realize my sister was still home, and she ratted me out, and I was literally on the top of my house, and I got big time in trouble for that. And yeah.
Kaho, you ever climb on the roof of your house?
Not on the roof of my house, but I climbed on the roof of our garage once. It was a separate garage. It was separate from the house. And it had...
Why?
Because my older sisters did it. And when I was younger, I thought they were the coolest people in the world, so I wanted to do what they were doing.
Your older sisters were your biggest, cool factor influence? It wasn't your brothers?
when I was a little kid, my oldest brother didn't live with us. He was living in Nevada with our grandma, one of my grandmas, and I stayed in Missouri at the time. And yeah, I was underneath my two oldest sisters. I was the oldest.
So what? Because I think we've had this conversation before, but what made you like perceive them as the coolest people in the world?
They were very protective of us. Me and my little brother.
Keenan?
Yeah. They were like our protectors, basically. Like, and because me and Keenan were like, we're half Hispanic, half black, right? And you go into an inner city school that's just full of mostly black kids, you know, and you know, we get called out a lot because kids are fucking stupid, you know. And whenever like, and we lived in a pretty fucking rough part of the neighborhood, you know, and nobody fucked with my sisters. But they tried to fuck with us a couple times, and once they got word of it, oh man. Like, I remember we got off the bus from school one day, and the bus it let out pretty close to our house. I want to say it was like third house down on the corner that we got off on. So it was very close. So me and Keenan, we get off the bus, you know, we're walking, and these three other guys who weren't supposed to get off at our stop, they usually get off 2 stops later, but they got off at our stop, and I had like long curly hair, and so did Keenan at the time. And like one of the dudes, like he went up and he grabbed Keenan's backpack and yanked it, but he tried to grab by like the handle at the top of it, you know, and he grabbed his hair at the same time and pulled him back and like yanked him to the floor. You know, I turned around like, who the fuck is messing with my stupid little bro? Oh shit, those is 5th graders. Yo, I'm only in 3rd grade. Keenan's in 1st grade. Like, oh shit, we can't fuck with them. Like, they way bigger than us. And, you know, and like, homie, for a second there, you could see like the, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that in the guy's eyes, you know, but he looks at his friends and he looks back and he was like, yeah, you know, and they was fucking pumping themselves up like they was about to do something. They didn't like us. I don't know why. I didn't even know them. I don't think Keenan knew them. He was in 1st grade. These niggas in 5th grade, but they didn't like us. And like, right when it looked like they was about to start like fucking us up, fucking Keisha, my oldest sister, comes around the corner. She was in middle school at the time, and their middle school let out an hour before ours did, but they'd go in an hour before ours did. So she's coming down the street. She had just gone to the store. She had a bag in her hand, and like she had like some hot pickles in it, I think. And like she saw this dude standing over Keenan, you know, I'm trying to help Keenan up, and I didn't see her coming. Like, I had no idea she was there, but I just see a fucking bag swing from behind this nigga and hit him in the side of the head. Dog, pickle juice went everywhere. Like, she bust that nigga in his head with a pickle. Like she swung so fucking hard that these were like, they were inside of foil, which was wrapped in plastic. So like, she swung the shit so hard that it busted open a package, like one of those hard to open packages of pickles, knocked his ass sideways, spilled hot pickle juice, like spicy pickles, right? So that shit jumped out of the bag and got the nigga that was on his left, and like the impact knocked him into the dude that was on his right. So not only did she fucking knock this nigga off of his feet with a couple of fucking pickles, but she fucking drenched them in this spicy ass pickle juice. And like, these niggas is rolling on the floor, it's in my eyes, like crying and shit, like up their nose and shit. And I was like, damn, she fucked him up with a pickle. Oh, that's that's my hero right there. And like, for the longest fucking time, yeah, and you know, and my sister, she's not as old as Keisha, she's like the second in line, but Daisha, my other older sister, like one time this was when because Daisha was only a year or 2 years older than I was. So when I got into middle school, Daisha was still in middle school and Keisha was in high school at the time. So we're on the bus at one point, and Daisha's sitting all the way in the back. Like, she liked to sit in the back seat because she liked to look out the back window. And I'm sitting a couple seats ahead of her, and I hear that somebody's messing with her. Someone's like talking joke or cracking jokes or some shit, talking shit, cracking jokes, whatever. And there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm like mean mugging this nigga, like, leave my sister alone. I ain't gonna fight you, but I'm gonna look at you mean. And like we get, I want to say halfway out of the school, there's like a big ass circle where the buses would line up for people to get on the buses. We get halfway out of there, we're at the end of the road, and you just hear like boom, something hits the fucking floor. And I look back, I'm looking over the seat and I don't see nothing, but I don't see Daisha either. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I like lean all the way over to peek over behind the seat, and Daisha is fucking standing with her foot on this kid's head, and his face is on the fucking floor, this dirty ass school bus floor, and she is fucking holding his head there underneath her shoe. And he's like, stop, I was just playing, stop. And like nobody fucked with her after that, and by extension, while I was still in middle school with her, nobody fucked with me either. And she would tell me, like, if anybody messes with you, come to Nick. My sisters was fucking ruthless when they were children. Like, they didn't go around starting trouble, but they sure as hell like sewed up problems when they fucking popped up, especially around me or Keenan. Like, even when we weren't going to the same schools, they would wait at other kids' bus stops and fuck them up if they were fucking with us. That's just crazy. Like, one of the kids that was bullying me when I was like 4th grade, I think. And Daisha is in 6th grade at this point, so she's going to a different school. So he gets off before me, so he gets off the bus. I'm like tucked down in my seat, like I ain't trying to fuck with this nigga. He gets off the bus, and I look up, I look out the window to make sure, that he's getting off. Nigga, Daisha snatched him from the fucking bus like she was his mom. And of course, like, the bus driver had been like it was the same. She was the same bus driver for like 8 years. Like 8 grades of me going to school. And like she knew Daisha's not that kid's mom, because like, she's barely older than this kid. But she snatched him off of the thing, like whirled his ass around, tore his shirt. I had my window open so you could hear that of his fucking shirt. Spun his ass around and slammed him on the fucking floor. I didn't see what happened after that, but I know that nigga didn't come to school the next day.
So your sisters were literally the motivation behind the character Mikasa. Okay, bad. So your sisters are the acronyms to your fucking Eren Yeager. Okay,
yeah.
Say less.
All right, Kaho. Are your sisters still that ruthless today?
No, they only did that when someone was fucking with them or fucking with us. And like after like once I got into my last year of middle school, that's when my dad had bought a weight set and it was in our basement. That's when I started fucking with the weights. That's when my dad was like, hey, come down here. We're going to exercise. We're going to do this and that. He bought like some dumbbells that I could use. He bought like fucking jump ropes and shit. Like and even though he didn't have a ton of time, me and him we'd fuck around with the weights and shit. He'd spot me. I'd pretend I was spotting him. And like past that, nobody fucked with me at that point. Like I got into it once I got into high school. I want to say it was like the 3rd week of high school. I got into it with this guy. Everybody called him Beefy because he was this fucking like nigga was beefy. And I don't mean like buff beefy. I just mean like he looked like if a bulldog was an actual person. Like that's what this nigga looked like. Everybody called him Beefy. And he was cool for a little bit, and then like, you know, most of the shit that ever popped off around me when it was in school was because I'm half Hispanic and nobody else is. So he started fucking with me at one point, right? And like, I think it was like, this was because they had split lunch periods. So he was on the first lunch and I was on the second lunch period. So lunch was over for the first period and they're all going back to their fucking classrooms, and second period's coming out. And fucking I round the corner and damn near bump into this dude. You know, he's fucking just standing there. I don't know what the fuck he was doing there, but he's just standing there at the top of the stairs. And he goes, "Oh, you trying to push me down the stairs?" And like, I'm looking down at this nigga like I was, Beefy, what do you want? Like, because at this point where he's trying to antagonize people, you know. I mean, that's what bullies do. They try and pick on people who ain't gonna fight back. So he's like, "Oh, you trying to push me downstairs?" And he like grabs me by my shirt. He's going for the collar, you know, like how they fucking in cartoons, they grab him and lift him up and shit. But he's shorter than me, you know, and he's trying to do that, like he's trying to fucking grab me by the collar and lift me up, which don't make no damn sense at all. You know, so I'm like, fucking smack his hands away. I'm trying to smack his hands away, but he won't let go of my shit. He won't let go of my fucking shirt. I ain't got that many good shirts. We ain't got that much money. I ain't got that many. This is like my favorite shirt, and he's fucking my shirt up. Right? So I'm like, he like, I can't get his hands off of my fucking collar. So what I do is like, some shit that I saw in anime. I fucking put one of my legs behind his because he's standing so fucking close to me, and I like put my arm on the top of his hands, which are holding my collar. And I fucking leaned forward and pushed him backwards. And it's a good thing, like, he kind of like tripped over his own foot, and which made him turn to the side, and he fucking slammed into the wall as opposed to just tumbling down the stairs. I was not thinking about that shit. I probably could have killed this kid if I wasn't careful, or if I was more careless about it. And I don't mean that in like a oh, Kaho killing people. No, I don't mean that in a good way. That would have been very fucking bad. That was not what I was aiming for, but I was trying to get this dude off of my fucking shirt. So I pushed him and he slammed his head back into the fucking wall. Luckily there was one of those like cork fucking boards that like you put like thumbtacks in and shit behind him, so he didn't hit his head on fucking brick, like solid brick or painted brick or whatever. But like, he hit his head on this shit, and he fucking like, he let go of my collar and turned and grabbed the railing so that he could fucking fall to his knees. Why you playing, man? Why you playing? I'm like, I told you, get off my fucking shirt. This is my favorite shirt. I said that shit out loud. I feel hella corny after saying that shit, but I said, it's my favorite shirt. You know, and he's sitting there fucking yelling at me like, you have to do that, man. It ain't serious. You know, but then like, I look around and like, people are staring at us like, oh, they about to fight, get him, fuck him up, Beefy. You know, and like, he's just sitting there holding his head. Fuck, get away from me, man. Leave me alone. And like, after that,
fucking bully. You a junkie and a bully.
Shut the fuck up. But after that, like, nobody fucked with me. You know, and that kind of, I already told the story about the girl who had Tourette's, you know, that I went and sat with. But like, that followed a little bit shortly after this. And that's when I knew, like, freshman year of high school, like, nobody's fucking with me. You know, and nobody fucked with me. All throughout high school, nobody fucked with me. And this is some shit that is really fucking weird to me, because I know inner city high schools are just not like that. Like, if you fuck with somebody, you know, and then a tougher person is gonna come and try and fuck with you, because it's just like the whole status hierarchy bullshit. So I don't know why nobody fucked with me, aside from the fact that, I mean, I've never been a very tall person, you know, but
you definitely fucked it up by working out early with weights.
I guess, but like, nobody
stopped growing.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody fucked with me after that throughout high school. You know, it was, I don't want to say it was smooth sailing, you know, like, I didn't get along with everybody, but nobody fucked with me.
That's crazy.
That's high school. Fucking kids are stupid.
I'm not sure if I asked you this yet or not, Kaho, but how many fights in school? I'm not talking about like outside of school, but inside of school. How many fights have you had?
Grand total of 2. One was with I don't even count the shit with Beefy. One was with a kid named Frank in grade school. He tried to push me down the stairs. I've already told this story, I think. That turned into a fight, and yeah, Frank got fucked up. Little bully ass nigga. Why is it always the short motherfuckers that's always trying to bully people? But yeah,
Napoleon complex.
Yeah, you're right. So Frank got fucked up, and then the other time that I got in a fight was at some point in middle school. I was going to an academy at this point, and it was me and fucking the other kid, Dwayne was his name. So me and Dwayne was out playing on the fucking this was during recess. We was out playing fucking tetherball, and there was this girl named, I think her name was Sarah. It was either Sarah or Ashley, whatever. Cute little white girl. She comes up and she's like, she just watching us play tetherball, right? And like I'm wondering like I know who she is. She's in a couple of my classes. Someone like, is she here to watch me or is she here to watch Dwayne? I called him Horn because he played fucking trombone in the school band. So she here to watch me or she here to watch Horn? Like, what the fuck's going on? So she ain't saying nothing. She just sit there and she's just watching, sitting on fucking asphalt watching us play tetherball. It's kind of cold outside, you know, and like a little bit into it, fucking what was the guy's name? Marcellus. Fucking Marcellus comes over. Again, short guy. Like, he grabs the ball when I'm about to hit it. So his hand grabs the cord, and then my hand contacts the ball, and it swings the ball, and it twines around his wrist, and then the ball like stops because you know they had those hooks in them, so it's like a metal hook that hooked onto a clasp that was on the ball. So that metal hook like slammed against his wrist. I don't know why the fuck he tried to grab this shit. Like, anyone would know what's gonna fucking happen if you've ever tried to grab that ball as it's swinging. So the metal hook slams against his wrist. He's like, and he lets it go, and he looks at me like fucking fire and fury in his fucking eyes, and I'm like, why did you do that? Like, are you trying to hurt yourself? What the fuck? Little short ass Marcellus Armstrong, I remember his name. that's ironic. That's ironic. It is though. It was ironic because like the fucking ball fucked him up, fucked his arm up. So he's like looking at me like it's my fault, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out like, why the fuck did you grab the ball? And he's fucking glaring daggers at me, you know. And fucking Horn is standing over there looking like, did you fuck with him? Like, what's going on? I don't know. Fucking, I'll shrug at him and look at him like, what's wrong? Like, what are you doing, man? Why'd you do that? And he's like, why'd I do that? Why'd you do that? And I'm like, what do you mean? We're just playing tetherball. What the fuck? And he's like, why'd you do that, man? Huh? And why you got Sarah over here watching you? Or Rachel, or whatever the fuck her name was. Ashley, whatever. And I'm like, oh, I know what this is about. And I'm like, Mark, that she just watching, man. Nobody call her over here. She sat down and watched by herself. And I looked at her like, come on, say something, little bitch. And she didn't say anything. She just watching us. Not saying anything. Like, you could have prevented this, Ashley or fucking Sarah, whichever your name was. If you're in your hands. If you're out here, if for some reason this comes across your fucking podcast station or whatever the fuck, you could have prevented what happened next. Like, and like, she ain't say nothing. So Marcellus is just bucking up to me, you know, like he's fucking puffing his chest out, like trying to push me with his chest, you know. And I'm like, stop, you know, like trying to wave a fly away. Like, dude, cut it out. I don't care about your crush or your girlfriend or whatever the fuck, whatever is going on between you. I don't care about that. Just leave me alone. We're trying to play tetherball. We only got 10 minutes left on recess.
Nobody tell him that.
Like, I did. Do you not hear me saying this is what I said? Anyway, so he's like, and he just keeps like, what you want to do? What you want to do? Swing first. Like, who the fuck says that?
Everybody.
Kids.
Everybody. Remember, he hit me first. I was fighting in self-defense. That's how they get you.
But he
So
kept,
you don't get into much trouble, basically.
yeah. But like he kept trying, and I'm just like, dude, leave me the fuck alone. Like, stop it, little marshmallow man, leave me the fuck alone. But he didn't stop. Eventually, he got tired of the fact that I guess he just got tired of the fact that I didn't do anything, and he fucking rears back, fucking balls up his fists, charges his shit up. And I mean it, like he's fucking standing there with his fists at his side, like shaking, like he's fucking powering up or something. And he fucking hits me in the stomach. Right? And I ain't gonna say it didn't hurt, but like I didn't fall to my knees or anything. You know, I was kind of a tough kid, despite the fact that Keisha and Daisha protected us. Like they would also wrestle with us, right? So like we're used to brawling with kids that are larger than our size. So he hits me in the stomach. I'm like, you little motherfucker. And he had like the kid and play high top fade shit going on.
You did not grab him by
I grabbed him by his high top fade. I grabbed him by his high top fade, and like I started pulling him backwards because I could reach my arm out past him. So he's like stumbling backwards, and I pull him backwards into the pole, and like he fucking bumps his head on the pole and like slides down, but then he starts kicking at my feet. He's trying to kick my feet, and just like spread my legs out and I lifted up one of my feet. And I shouldn't have done this.
You did not kick this man in the face.
I shouldn't have done it. I should not have done it. Look,
Did he?
nigga, I regretted it immediately after I did it. I really did. Like, I felt so fucking bad. I'm telling you, I've always been a lover, not a fighter. Always.
He hit you in the stomach. That's a go right there.
I felt so fucking bad after I did it. I kicked this nigga in his face. He was fucking wailing so loud. Like, he didn't have like a bloody nose or split lip or anything because I like hit him in the forehead. But he was crying so fucking loud. I felt so fucking bad after that happened. I felt so fucking bad.
He hit you in the stomach, though.
I know, but kicking somebody in the face is a little bit different from being hit in the stomach by somebody who's smaller than you.
It's fair game. I don't know why he would.
Oh, okay, school shooter, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So like, I mean it when I say I almost cried because I sympathy pain. That's all I can empathy, whatever the fuck. That's all I can think that it was. Like because I was fucking heated when it happened, and I was like, yeah, fuck with me again. And like as I see him there crying, I'm just like, oh shit, I feel so fucking. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. What has become of me? What have I become?
Neanderthal fucking. Oh my god, you a junkie?
Dude, why you keep calling me a junkie? What the fuck?
I've been doing this since the other day with the chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? You're a junkie? What was the other thing I said? I just said it in this episode.
A bully.
A bully? And a fucking gorilla. You're a gorilla junkie bully, bruh. I can't believe this shit. Motherfucker out here just kicking people when they down.
That's crazy.
Oh,
you grabbed this nigga by the high top fade. That's what's crazy.
I wonder if me and Kaho got into a wrestling ring, who would win?
are you serious?
Are you allowed to headbutt people? Because if you can headbutt him, you winning 10 out of 10 times.
Get around that big ass waterhead. Oh, but yeah, that's 2 times I've been in a fight in school. Never in high school. Once in elementary, once in middle school. Damn. Fuck
that
you,
high
Mark.
top
Fuck
fade
you,
grab, bro. That's some shit. And how your short ass out here finding all these people that's shorter than you that want to fight you?
I'm not even that short. Like, why you keep saying that I'm short?
You're
But
5'9".
I'm 5'8". 5'9" is average height, so I'm 1 inch. Like my hair is 2 inches long. 2 inches long. So like
That's crazy.
that it makes up for like for more than like the actual height. And I used to have long hair when I was a kid too. So like, I've never been a small. I've never been a small, like not even school. I was never small. I was always average size. I'm
just like you finding all these shorter niggas than you who are jealous of your height.
Like that's I don't know if it's a height thing because like with Marcellus especially, it was definitely about Sarah / whatever the fuck her name was. It was that was definitely the reason. Like he felt slighted because she was watching me and Horn play fucking tetherball. So I don't get that. And then with Frank, it was because he was just a bully, and like he had just fucking he got at me at the wrong time.
His bulliness at sea, like so. Which one of these motherfuckers was a junkie that made you turn into a junkie?
That was Taylor.
Okay, bet. Now we just need to identify. I already know who the gorilla in this came from. Fucking Walter.
Like I didn't meet Walter until so much later.
I know, but I'm not saying. Nigga, we don't ever fully evolve until we're gone, brother. I'm saying we're constantly in a path of evolution.
All right, whatever. Maybe Walter had a fucking time machine.
I'm just saying, Walter made you a gorilla.
I don't know what
in
you're
this
talking
moment
about.
in time.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. All right, so we at the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna end it there. I hope everybody enjoyed a little walk down memory lane. Got me thinking about my sisters now. I need to call them, ask them what's up. I ain't talked to Keisha or Daisha in like a couple weeks now. Call them, ask them what's up. Call my dad. Damn. See now I'm gonna go down this spiral of spending like 6 hours calling all my family members saying what's up. And it's gonna be 6 hours because you can't ever just say what's up with my family. It's always what you doing, how you been, where you going, who you with.
And then they gonna ask like, "You okay, motherfucker?" Yeah. Calling us. You call everybody.
Like I'm the one who unless somebody has a problem and needs some advice, I'm the one who reaches out. So stop it. And yes, I'm the one who calls everyone.
I'm just saying they know after the first phone call or during the first phone call. Now, with the way phones work is, you're gonna be on the phone with who you calling first? Keisha? You calling Keisha first?
Yeah.
Keisha gonna be on the phone with, or she gonna send out a text to the other sister. Be like, Daisha. Be like, nigga, Tim gonna call you in a little bit. Just wanna let you know. And then she goes to another text to Pop. Tim gonna call you in a little bit. Just to let you know. You ready?
Nah. But yeah, I'm gonna call him. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, that's the end. Make sure you guys check us out. We're gonna have all of the relevant information for our social media shit down in the description. I would say check out Anime Alley, but that shit ain't popping anymore. Yeah, if you got any questions or comments, you want to hear another life story from Kaho that takes fucking 30 minutes to explain or some shit, leave a question down in the comment boxes down there, or hit me up on Twitter. Let me know. If you a baddie with a big booty, DMs are open. I really ain't got that much more else to say. If you enjoyed the bullshit that we talk about, or enjoyed me getting at Steven, fucking Jinsei showing tough love to this motherfucker, and subscribe. Give us a like. It really helps out the show, helps us get out to more people, which is what we are looking for. Obviously, we ain't doing this shit for no reason. And yeah, that's all I got. Either you got anything? No? That's
Hope you guys have a good week.
Skeety Bobo. There's a weak ass basketball.